Okay, let's see here. I'll wait for everyone to kind of come back. So just, if you're back, tell me. And if you can hear me, hopefully, definitely rejoin. I'm hoping I see my bar. My desktop audio, though, is not working. Oh gosh, what is happening? Okay. Speakers, we got that. All right, we have that audio there. If you are back with me and you can hear, yay or nay on if you can hear me. Top Dog, if you're back in, it'd be helpful if you could tell me if you hear me. I don't know if you guys can. I know an ad. I'm going to snooze this ad though, just as people are entering back in. I'm going to actually text Top and see if he can hear me. I don't know. I don't know if he can. All right. Let's see here. I ended and I came back. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Oh, I'm good. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Emma Bell. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I don't need Top Dog anymore. Thank you. Thank you for coming back, guys. I really appreciate it. I have no idea. So we were trying to test how long my laptop would last without its battery pack. Now I know, a little under 2 hours. So, and when I plug it in, it's a mess. So, yay. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Part 2 of this. And I believe my chicken is, the roasted chicken is done. Look at that, just in time. This orange, yummy chicken. Actually, I think I want it to sit for maybe 3 more minutes. It's got a nice crisp, but 3 more minutes. Ah, man, I swear, as soon as I get one thing down of understanding, I use Streamlabs. It's like it all changes and I never know what I'm doing. I was on the phone with Top Dog because he's playing a video game right now. So he had no audio on, so he couldn't hear me anyways. And so I had to call him to be like, and he is my tech guy. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But he said he couldn't figure it out. He was like looking on his side of things and he couldn't figure it out. That's why we decided to do it again. So we will get back to this nonsense. Okay. All right, I think this is gonna be a really yummy glaze. We might have to add in a little arrowroot to thicken it up. But overall, I'm gonna do some butter, red wine, and I think that's gonna be what it is. Thank you, Emma Bell. I appreciate it. It's hard, like, sometimes I get in, I mean, I am now just speaking as I think a normal human being, but like it gets in your head a little bit and it's, I am so still new to this and I still don't understand so much. I'm on here for fun, which I think everybody is, but like, it just can be defeating sometimes. And it's not like it happens every time, so I'm not like super stressed, but like, sometimes it gets you out of your rhythm and I don't know. I'm fine. It just sucks sometimes. I'm going to be super honest. All right. So now we got this guy. All right. I'm to keep the onions pretty thick. Everything's pretty diced up. I kind of would like to have, I like a bite and stuff, like the crunch. Not that these will be crunchy by the time it's into a glaze, but when I have meat, it's like all the little stuff and then having a bigger piece of something else. To me, I like the look of that. So I'm not dicing these up as small. Obviously, they're going to be pretty, I mean, onions get very small and, you know, I wasn't going to say wrinkly, but you know what I mean. They just become very foldable and they're not a super strong piece. So, all right, how am I going to make this glaze? How are we going to do this? All right, we'll get one saucepan out to start. And I think I'm going to cook the onions first in some butter. And let's grab that chicken. Wait till you guys see this thing. It looks so delicious. Hopefully it tastes that good. And I'm going to be keeping it in its juices while it cools, just because, again, keeps all that moisture in. You all look at our chicken. Look at that guy. Oh, so good. Oh, this makes me so happy. Let's get those oranges in there. Oh yeah, he is a very, very happy chicken. Well, happy for me. So, we'll say that. All right, we're gonna first start off cooking these onions. We're gonna get that going, get the onions going. And I know an ad is gonna start pretty soon, so we're gonna start with onions. That'll take a little bit of time until they're translucent, and I'm just adding some butter. And then from there, we'll move to herbs, and then we're gonna add the red wine, reduce it, kind of all of that. So let's go ahead, get this butter all heated up. I'm actually gonna grab some heat pads. Oh yeah, and look at this. You guys, look at the thickness of that. That was our pudding that we made. Now I can't even get it off the whisk. I am going to put that in the fridge, however, so that it can be nice and cold when we're ready to eat it. All right, gonna just taking off some heat pads so I can put this guy out of the way, because we got about 8 minutes left and those potatoes are gonna be done. So, oh my gosh, that chicken looks so good. I am so happy with how that turned out. I'm just pulling off some of that greenery. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's check our butter here. And I'm on high heat. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's get these onions done. I have some beef stock as well. I think I'm going to use some of that because I have some of that left over. So I want to use some beef stock and then some red wine to make the glaze, because we're going to reduce it down a lot. So I buy like little bottles like this in the store of wine, like they come in a pack of 4. So I'm going to use the rest of this, and then I have this beef broth. So once the veggies, once the onions are done, I'm going to then put in the herbs for only like 3 minutes. It's going to be really fast. And then we'll put in the wine and the broth. This is the part that's going to take a minute though, because I want to get these to be translucent. If I don't get it to that point, they'll never fully cook. You'll always have kind of that crunchy onion. It's why you always want to start with your onions or bell peppers first, is because of that. All right, gonna turn off my lower oven. I'm actually gonna open it up because that's the one we had problems with. So I want to get it to the point where it's not fully I was going to say steaming up our room, but smoking up the room. There we go. Okay, I'm just like keeping it open and watching the smoke come out, but I still have my fans on and everything else. I'm going to turn this to medium. What kind of onions do you guys like? I absolutely love almost every onion. Shockingly, white is the most boring to me. I love the yellow sweet onion for burgers, and then for like beef and savory, I like more of the purple. The white to me is a very like, okay, but it's funny because that is Top Dog's. He'll have the white one over anything else. And like I said, if I had mushrooms, I probably would have put mushrooms in this sauce as well. That maybe would make it more of a sauce versus a good herby glaze, but I love mushrooms and onions and anything. I had my first ever, believe it or not, smash burger yesterday. I've never had, like, I know I've made them on here. I didn't understand how smashed you needed to make the burger to consider it a smash burger. I had my first one ever, and it was delicious. And it was a, like, grilled onion, or it was onions that they put in with the meat and smashed it. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious. It's a place here in Vegas called With Love Always. And, oh, it was so yummy. It was so, so good. All right, we are getting there. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of smash burgers. I can say that. You use yellow onions, Jedi? Yeah, I love yellow. I just love I like it's a little bit more tamed, and I like, to me, they're sweeter. And so I like using them in sauces because it just brings, I don't know, it brings that sweetness in to the dish. All right, I just don't want these suckers to burn. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. I'm actually going to lower the temp a bit. If your onions burn, right, or your garlic burns, that flavor, especially when I'm going to be one pot doing this, that flavor then gets transferred to your sauce. So if you have burned pieces in here, that burnt gets in, you'll have a little burnt tasting sauce. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, that's like smoking and like smoked stuff. It's meant to have that kind of a flavor. So if you want to have some of that, it's not bad. I have dishes where I need to actually burn it a little bit. Not the garlic, but the onion. I'll have to burn it just a little bit to get what I want. Yes, we do have In-N-Out here. I grew up on In-N-Out. Are they considered a smash burger? I don't know if they are, but if they are, then yeah, then I guess yesterday wasn't my first one. But I love In-N-Out. So you know how people are with their Starbucks orders of like, you know, a pump of this, a pump of that, shake it, then stir it, that, you know, they're crazy like that. That's how we are with our In-N-Out orders. We get toasted buns, cut in half, peppers, double fried, or extra crispy fries. Like, our order is like someone's Starbucks order. It's a bit wild. I can tell you guys the aroma of this is so deliciously good. It smells so rich, and it smells herby without smelling like dirty, if that makes sense. It's just, it's got a really good aroma to it. Okay. I'm only going to be here. We added our garlics and all those herbs. And I'm just letting it sweat out just a little bit. Don't want to burn it. And we're going to add the wine next. Wine and then our stock or our broth, and we're going to reduce it down to a glaze. Oh, they are a smash burger. Oh my gosh, look at that. How funny. I had no idea. Okay. Got that red wine, huge sizzle. Okay, so you said your order is a double with cheese, animal style grilled onions. Okay, so I have a really lame order. Mine is a cheeseburger. I want a whole grilled onion because they'll cut an entire like slice. Whole grilled onion with toasted bun, cut in half. Top Dog's order, because I do know it. Top Dog's order is a double with cheese, animal style, cut in half, toasted bun, and then he gets peppers on it because they have like banana peppers, so he gets peppers on it. So that is his order. And then we both get our fries extra crispy. And oh my gosh, those fries are addicting when they're extra crispy. I used to get my fries animal style, and then I ended up having it extra crispy, and now I can't go back. It's just so good. And if we go to In-N-Out and I'm not super hungry, I get fries, and then I'll get a Flying Dutchman and just sauce on the side. But yeah, In-N-Out's so yummy. I know so many people who don't like In-N-Out, but it is my fave. All right, we are gonna reduce this down, and if you're like, what the heck does that mean? All that liquid, all that stuff, we're gonna get it to the point that it's at least half gone, and that's gonna create a really thick, yummy glaze. And I didn't put a thickener in it. Let me put a teeny bit of flour, actually. Just because I know I put butter in, but I need to put a little bit of flour to make an after-the-fact roux. And I only add one whisk, so this will be a little funny. But I'll make sure. And if it doesn't thicken up enough for me, I do have arrowroot, and that's like a natural thickener that doesn't change your flavors. So, okay, we've got the potatoes coming out. Ooh, these little potato sacks. Look at that crispy goodness. Oh my gosh, those look so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, gotta see this. Like, look at those little stacks with all those herbs we had left over and cheese. Ooh, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be so yummy. Okay, let's prepare our meat. Gotta get the meat down. So that's reducing. Let me put it on medium. That's really all it is stirring it. Right, Jedi? Don't those look so good? Talk about like I'm so used to calling things when you're trying to find something to eat and you just throw it all together. It's called like the kitchen sink. That's why I named the stream the way it did, is everything but the kitchen sink. It's like, it's what you just throw in, like a gumbo, a jambalaya, like whatever you have left over, that's what you make. And this like meal of the potatoes, like extra potatoes, any cheese and herbs you have, put it together, it's probably gonna be delicious. So I'm really, really excited. All right, so before, I'm gonna be smart about this. I am gonna put a bunch of salt and pepper in a dish, because then when I get these out, we're gonna pat them dry and then salt and pepper. Simple, easy, nothing, you know what? I'm not gonna grind this. We've got normal salt and pepper. Let's not be crazy here. Oh, I suck at things, opening things when I have nails. Okay, there we go. That's why we have knives. I want some really good salt and pepper. Let's see where my normal pepper is. Here we go. Ground black pepper. Okay. There we go. Good, like 50-50 mix. Let me just put that back. Let me stir a little. Oh, this looks so good. Let me. Oh my gosh, that sauce. That tastes good. Again, just salt and pepper. I'm just trying to mix it a little bit. All right, let me grab some paper towels here. This might actually turn out to be one of the best meals that now I'm gonna have to make it more and watch how I made it. Okay, so this is the bone-in, right? So they're pretty thin. Most of it is actually pretty dry since I've had it out. So I'm actually not, let's see. Oh yeah, nothing's really coming off. So we're just gonna lay these out. Because I am just gonna make these on like a saute pan. Okay. So much. But if you think about it, like you're like, oh my gosh, that's so much meat. If you think like it's really just this upper part of the meat because the rest of it's bone. So yeah, obviously you can eat through the bone, and you know, eat around the bone. But if you're ever thinking like that's a lot of meat, and it is, trust me, it is for 2 people. But this will be really good leftovers for us. And then on top of that, just a really good dinner. All right. Get all that salt and pepper. And I'm putting enough that when this cooks and it cooks in the salt, it helps break down a little bit, not enough. It's not like I'm letting it sit in the salt. But it'll be enough that it kind of adds to the sauce that goes on top. So I'm not really gonna sauce or salt the sauce that much because of what I'm doing with our meat here. Perfect. I kind of did the perfect amount, shockingly. All right, wash these hands. All right. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's look at this sauce real quick. Oh yeah, we're definitely reducing. I think I might add a little bit of arrowroot, but I just want to wait just a little bit longer because it needs to reduce a little bit more to be sticking. And if you're wondering how I know, let me show you guys stove view real quick. Okay, I'm gonna use, let me use this. So if I put this spoon in, right? And if you can see, like you see a little bit, you can't really see on that. Let me see if I can show you guys better on my main camera. You can kind of see, it's not really picking up. But what I'm trying to describe to you is if you can, there's a little bit of sauce. And it's very hard to see, but there's a little bit of sauce that has stuck there. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the sauce that when you put a spoon in and you turn that spoon upside down, it is like the slowest, thickest sauce coming down the spoon, right? And it almost doesn't reach the bottom of the spoon piece because it's so thick. That's what you want when you're making a glaze, is you want something that's gonna be that really nice consistency when it comes down. I have black spoons, so it's really hard. Maybe I need to buy some silver ones to show you guys. It's hard to see on the black because you won't see the difference. But that's true even with your thick sauces like an Alfredo, your cream sauces. If you can get it to that thickness, that is really, really good. And then so I don't want to put arrowroot in quite yet because as things reduce down, they get thicker. Excuse me, guys. So I want to make sure that this glaze I'm making, if I put arrowroot in now and thicken it now, it's still going to cook a little bit more. It's going to get even thicker. And then you almost have, where a glaze is, you almost have a cream sauce. And that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. But I actually think we're good. I'm going to put this on medium. Top is going to love this, guys. It's so good. Okay, we got to put our potatoes to the side. I'll try them in a second, though, while we're cooking the steak. Where are my... Here they are. And I'm so sorry, guys, with my coughing. It's just because of my cold air. All right. What's so funny is my windows are open, so all this great food my neighbors are smelling right now. And I am going to switch. like that. Okay. I'm actually going to switch these. This is my better grill, like my better fire. So that's what we're going to do this on. All right, we're going to turn this on high. I'm going to bring the meat all over here. It'll be a few minutes for each side of meat. And then I think what I'm going to do at that point, I'm going to put them on a plate, and then I'll throw them in the glaze right before we eat, and then top it with a little bit of glaze. With kind of the herby mixture and the, oh my gosh, the onion, just a little bits on top. I don't think it's gonna need any kind of it's not ready quite yet. I wanna hear it sizzle. I don't think it's gonna need any kind of a cheese. I know that that's probably gonna be what Top Dog says, but, cause he'll put cheese on everything, but I think we might be good. I think we might be good. So we're gonna do the meat, and I'll show you guys stove view once we start that as well. So that way we can get that going. But let's see here. Yeah, got a good sizzle. It's kind of like putting bacon in a pan. You can only do so many of these in one pan at once. So we're gonna do that, and just so you guys can see my setup. And I kind of crowded it. Technically, I shouldn't have, but it's fine. I got a lot of strips of meat to do. In the meantime, however, shall we try these potatoes? I think these potatoes are going to be so good. Ooh. Okay. I am just pulling them out. They are coming out like butter. These are crispy. Okay. I wonder if I accidentally cooked them a little too long. We'll see. We'll see. I don't even think I can get all of them on here. All right. Okay. Here are our potato stacks. Looky, looky. You guys, so good. Okay. So this had, again, let me go back. So butter, oregano, thyme, garlic, a whole bunch of Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. All right, let's see. This crunch too, by the way, like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but good crunch. I put them in a little too long, but I love it. I love it. It is like soft, but it's got this crazy crunch. Honestly, the other cheese I would have mixed in was ricotta. Like, I think ricotta would have been so good. Okay, this might be the only way I eat potatoes from now on. Definitely needed like 3 less minutes though. I got a little bit of the burn. But this is like extra crispy. You can actually taste the thyme really strong. It's kind of the interesting one that's coming through is the thyme. Oregano is very light. It's not too crazy, but it feels like, at least on my potatoes, it really sucked up the thyme. The garlic is honestly just a perfect little grouping. Like, the garlic's actually really yummy. Okay. Okay. I say a win. I hope Top Dog comes down to eat it. I don't know if he will, but those are crunchy. Okay, I have one more bite left. Might as well take it. All right. Let's flip these guys. I don't want to overcook them. You can see our glaze here. It's real nice and thick. So I definitely don't want to overcook those. And it's going to go and sit in the glaze for a little bit to soak it all in. Okay, now I want to, let's try our pudding. You guys remember we made pudding, and I actually have, I just gotta find it. I actually know something I can use that needs to go away. I've got little coffee nuggets, and I think those would be perfect. Okay, so let's grab our butterscotch here. And I just want to make sure we're looking good on our meat. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Okay, let me just grab a spoon, I guess. Okay. I don't know if this is normal. All right. I don't feel like that's normal. I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay. I'm going to make it a little colder. Okay, here we go. Some little Heath toffee bits. I love a good crunch. Maybe I need to put a few chocolate chips on top too, just to give it some color. I'm all brown right now. It's all brown. Let me grab a few chocolate chippies. Here, I don't have any minis. I have like regular size, but there we go. Okay, meat, and then we'll try this. We're coming to the finish line, guys. All right. Perfect. To kind of get that glaze in there. And I'm going to let these sit for a little bit in this red wine sauce. If I can get multiples, just so it soaks up that last little bit of cooking that it's going to do with it being all open. I'm not going to grill, I think, all of this. I think I might, I'll grill some. I think I'm going to leave it maybe 2 more. I have a small one. I do. Okay. Because I'll just eat this too, like, as is. Okay. Here we go. Ah, thank you, Top Dog, for redeeming that. All right. You guys, the butterscotch pudding. Here we go. I added little toffees and chocolate chips. I'm not the biggest butterscotch pudding person. It was pretty good. Took a lot of work for a box, but I'm not mad at it. I like the crunch. It works for a dessert. I'm not gonna write home about it. It works. Okay. I'm gonna actually turn off my fan real quick, the one that was blowing. Because I think we're good. And then, okay, we got our potatoes. The chicken, I have to let this cool down a lot more. So I will try it. And if it tastes good, guys, it'll end up on my blog, beckawithflour.com, with the full recipe. That's why I had to write it down, so that I knew exactly what was going on. All right. All right, let's see here. I want to check. Oh yeah, this is falling off the bone. Let me show you guys. This steak, I mean, look, it's falling off the bone. Oh yeah, okay. I am going to plate as much as I can of this. It's not gonna look pretty, but that's okay. Sometimes food is not about looking pretty. And then with that, I'm gonna grab a spoon because I wanna, almost like it's chutney or something. I wanna put it on. I mean, we are really one color, and it's because of the red, or because of the wine. Everything's kind of one color right now. Well, let's try it. Let's see how this has turned out. I can flip this other meat just so I have it nice and cooked. Again, I'll probably use some of this meat in eggs or something tomorrow. I have a lot of it, but lunches, salads, all that. All right, let me get a steak knife. All right, I will say it smells so good. It definitely, color-wise, needs something a little different because the color of this is a bit, it's a bit off, but it's cutting really nice. All right, here we go. See our random creation. I do not like it. How funny is it that I think it needs to have cream in it? Okay, I want to try something. I need to try, I'm going to take the meat out. It's almost too, ooh, I just shot out an herb. It's almost too overpowering with the herbs, like too much. So I need to dilute it down. And I think I'm going to use cream. I'm going to see. I'm hoping cream might help because I'm liking the herb combination. I am not liking the taste, like how strong it is. So I'm going to add just a teeny bit of cream to it. I mean, this is a Halloween purple like sauce now. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the stove. Like that looks like a plum sauce now. I do not want to put any of my meat back into that I'm cooking. So let me get another round because I don't want to waste any meat. So we're gonna get another round going. Wonder how much. Yeah, well, let's just do it this way. I have 2 more pieces after that. Okay, so let's see if that diluted it, maybe just a bit. I'm going to grab another piece of meat and kind of dunk it in there and see what it's like. Okay. Oh my gosh. Night and day difference. Okay. I think reducing that down, it's going to be weird though. It's a purple sauce because of the wine. It's purple. Like, that's just what it is. Without that, I mean, I could have added milk. I could have added something else, but without it, it's just a little, it's too many herbs, which honestly, if I just cut the herbs in half, it would have been fine. But for what I made off of like what I had in my fridge and trying to use everything up to try to get a really good dish, it just ended up being too much, too overpowering. I will say I used too much of the tarragon. It's a strong herb, and I didn't realize how strong it was. I would definitely have used only like 1 or 2 stalks versus I think I had like 5 in that sauce. Because it's a bit much to use that. But I think overall, guys, I mean, for trying to finish what I needed to in our fridge, I've got the potatoes are gone. And then this week, let's see. So I need to dehydrate some thyme, some parsley, some cilantro. Green onions I could definitely use for dinners this week, so I think I'm good with that. Garlic, of course, I can use. I'm actually making a fish dish tomorrow, so I'm going to use my lemon for that. onion, a yellow onion. I know I can use that in shallot, but I'm gonna give myself a goal that this week, like I have to use all this before going and getting some new herbs and spices from the grocery store, because that is plenty to get everything done. Let me flip these guys. The good news is this meat is really yummy. It's juicy, it's tender, the cut was great. So that's gonna have no problem. But I love these potato stacks. They're so good. The meat, like I said, the sauce is just, I'm kind of reducing down the other sauce now with the cream to see how that works. Good old boxed butterscotch pudding. I mean, for a meal that is like pull something out of your fridge and cook it, this is a really good meal. I'm actually really excited for it. I'm definitely going to sit down and eat it, but I'm going to trade in. I'm going to grab some of the sauce that I just made to do some dip in, because that definitely either needed a cheese or something else to help break down how strong that was. But guys, we've done it. Another day. Woo! Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Thank you for coming along this ride with me, by the way, guys. It really means so very much to me. And I honestly, I'm so excited to be back to normal schedule, that now I can be here and just be able to get everything back to normal. Like I said, hopefully I'm going to figure out when I'm going to do my cookies for Christmas. And if I do my cookies, I would love to be able to put that on stream. Again, it would be really random days, just me doing my normal stuff of being here and cooking. But it would be all cookies and all that. And like I said, it's usually I do it after work on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm not going to announce a day I'm going to do it. Make sure if you want to see that, have your notifications on. Definitely for sure by next week when I do Harry Potter, I will tell you guys like if it's that week or the next that I'll be doing it, just so you can have an idea. But we're going to I usually make about 6 different types of cookies, I want to say. So 100%, it makes it's super fun, and it's just flour and sugar all over this space. It's wild, but thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. And sorry for the midstream problems that came up. I mean, they happened, but for anybody who stayed around and joined us, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys all have a great rest of your week. I hope everything goes wonderful. Hit me up in Discord. I know some of you guys chatted with me and you've had a hard week, so I hope it's going better. But for sure, hit up my Discord, Instagram, whatever you want, and we can keep the chat going. But love you guys, and I will see you next week for Harry Potter. Haha, finally, Harry Potter. All right, guys.